So, Summer Love. This story is about sex, the wanting of sex, and the not getting of sex, and sort of a comeuppance thing. I think I was 18 or 17, and at that age, anything is you're ready to go as a man, as a male, and you've been ready to go for at least 4 years, at least. So everything you do is focused on that, that end, right? This girl moved in down the street from where I live, and I kind of want her to remain anonymous, but not. So her name is Melissa Brown. And Melissa is like on the run from her parents or from the law or whatever her circumstance was, and she's living with her grandmother. And I don't know how, I can't remember the exact circumstances we met, but we did meet, and Melissa is she's like 17, so I must have been 18, and she's beautiful, she's blonde, she's busty, and she's fun and wild. Everything I think of, at that age that I needed in a woman was there. And so at first I didn't think she liked me, but a buddy of mine and I were driving, and we put the girls in the back, and so it's his girlfriend and her, and those girls knew each other, and then he was driving, and I was in the passenger seat, and so I see this arm. Her arm is coming through the, by the side of the door, and kind of grabbing me, and I'm like, oh, this is a signal she likes me. So one thing led to another, and then pretty soon, we're going out, and I'm trying to be smooth, and at the same time, I know exactly what my aim is, but I'm trying to go about it smoothly. At the same time, we're developing a little bit of a relationship or a crush on each other, and we're actually talking besides just trying to kiss and stuff. And it's nearing the end of the summer, and this is the first time I've ever been asked this question. I've since learned my responses, but she says, because I say, hey, let's go to the football game. It's the first football game, and which starts before September 21st, right? So I'm still in summer. I'm still within the summer guidelines. And she goes, will I be cold? So, and I'm thinking, well, how the hell do I know that? I don't, so I said, well, I don't know. It's, a little cold or whatever. This is Michigan and it's turning fall. And so, anyway, that was stupid of me because we went to the football game and she ended up wearing 27 pairs of sweatshirts. And I couldn't get through 27 pairs of sweatshirts, and she goes, you just want to have, sex with me under the bleachers. And I'm like, no, it's not true. So she goes, well, I want to break up with you. And I said, well, I don't want to break up with you. Let's go somewhere else. We don't have to go by the bleachers. We go somewhere else if you don't like the bleachers. It's about location, right? So we decided we're going to go to, a movie. Back then, a drive-in theater, right? They don't exist now. And so my friend goes with me, and we're in a big Impala. And I bought it for my sister, and this thing is a boat. So we don't have enough money to get all 4 of us in the drive there. So what do we do? So the girls say, we will go in the trunk. Right? We save money. We'll go in the trunk, And I'm like, oh, this is a great idea, right? So they get in the trunk. We go through. The guy just sees the 2 of us. Probably thinks we're, gay teenage lovers or something. I don't know. But we go in there, and then he starts egging me on. He says, there's hills over there. It's to the, because you park up like this on the hill. And he goes, wouldn't it be great if you just went over one of them? And I'm like, No, no, no. Girls are in the trunk. He goes, just one, And so I cave into his, egging on. So I go over one of the hills, and you can hear him bounce in the back. And he goes, look, they didn't even make a sound. They'll go over another one. So we went over a couple more, and then, So they get out, and they are pissed off, like poking a bee's nest, hornet's nest. And needless to say, my aim was not achieved that night at all. We barely even, had words that night, but we made up. We made up. And a few weeks go by. Well, anyway, I get mononucleosis, right? And I got to stay in for 3 weeks. So during the 3 weeks, we're calling each other, but my mom, kind of suppresses the calls because she's afraid I'm going to get sicker and die. And, so at the end of the 3 weeks, I get out of the house, and the first thing I go is, look up Melissa. And she is going out with my friend now, not the guy who went to the drive-in, but another guy. So she tells me she's going to, not go out with me because the drive-in experience had scarred her, and she doesn't want to be with me. So she goes, so she's with one of my other friends. I'm like, oh, that's great, So, but mononucleosis was the best thing that ever happened to me in my life as far as diseases go, because she got pregnant with this guy, and her aim was to get pregnant. I found out I just wasn't the guy. And they had 4 kids, and then later in life, she turned 24, and completely left him and his kids for a 19-year-old guy. So I look back on it and go, I love mononucleosis. So mononucleosis was my summer love.